This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the first storytellers and traditional owners and custodians of the land we are recording on today. We pay our respects to their elders past and present. We hope to honour their thousands of years of spiritual and cultural connections to this land while recognising the atrocities Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people still face systematically to this day. We acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded and that Naarm was and always will be Aboriginal land.
This mountain to Gao-Ling is so boring. There's absolutely nothing happening. There's nothing to even talk about that's actually interesting. Why don't we just keep going with the story from before? What happened in Agnikella?
Yeah, so it was actually before Agnikella. I was working with Pian Dao, the famous swordsman. He taught me how to use PB and, well, he helped me through an identity crisis. And then when we did get back to Agnikella and we had to leave, we actually picked up Daj and the gang of waterbenders.
Dad started teaching me Earthbending.
Yes, but before that, so Mother actually told us that we need to go and speak to a family member of mine that I didn't know I had, because apparently he can teach me something to deal with spirits.
What did you call him again? Grunkle?
My grunkle, yeah, my grunkle. Anyway, so we went through the water and finally got back to Natsuo, which, hellhole, thank you.
We got some information that maybe there might be someone that looks like this Baru, but it was on the other side of the island, so we had to cross no man's land.
Yeah, Yani, I've been in a lot of battlefields, and let me tell you, this one was real bad.
While we were crossing, I swear I saw someone up on the mountain. They weren't wearing colors.
It was Baru. That was Baru. We know it was Baru.
Of course we know it was Baru.
Anyway, so we get to town, then Baru jumps out. Well, no, we went to a bar first.
Yeah, and he got my attention. Sent us on a wild goose monkey chase.
He ran through the town and he was putting up walls and stuff, and PB actually helped me do this really cool jump with flaming wings.
Anyway, I finally tracked him down and we went and had a chat after disappearing through the ground. He sorted some stuff out for me, made me feel a lot better about my bending and some other stuff. And anyway, now I can deal with spirits to an extent. Spirits is mountain.
While Minh was off playing with Grunkle Bar, we went to the tavern again, and Arturo and I we got flung.
Yeah, it was like a cave.
It was a cave. That's right.
Cave.
It was a cave, and there was nothing else in that cave. However, I heard a scream from the swamp, and Mr. Fox, he told us something was coming.
Nuro just jumped back into their body and, well, they ruined our cup stack, but it sounded like it was important. Anyway, Minh came back and we decided that we needed to put
Banji, can you carry me?
Oh, no, you're way too big for that now. We decided that we needed to go to the swamp, so Wagon showed back up and helped us get back to the boat, and we said goodbye to everybody and Hikaru, and then he said he could get us to the swamp too sweet.
I thought Tomo had gone bog-on mad when he kicked Banji off the wagon.
Yes, it was a little crazy, but it worked. I mean, Banji and I put aside our differences, so and here we are, you know.
And if that sun had set, I don't know what would have happened.
And then what happened?
Well, we got to the swamp finally. It was weird and big and gross and muddy.
You did better than I thought you would. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there's these rips in the space. I don't know what they were, but they were left by the big monster thing.
The swamp did its thing, and everyone got visions. I saw myself growing old in the swamp. It meant I couldn't leave, and
hey, right on the money with that one.
Right on the money. I told you.
Mine didn't make any sense.
Yeah, what?
Bara gave me 2 colored rocks, and then they were heavy, and I dropped them, and they broke.
How you dropped both of them, right?
Yeah, there's a red one and a green one.
That definitely won't have consequences.
No.
My vision was probably the best, and
Give
it
me a
was.
hand.
We met Sa.
Give me a hand, Banji.
We met Sa, a big, beautiful squirrel spirit, and she painted me in PB, but it was weird.
She painted the sword, Banji.
Well, it was my hand as
You weren't
well.
in the picture.
Hopefully, it doesn't come true because it was a bit dark. And anyway, then there was
the sword is evil.
No.
It's a psycho.
No. He's fine, and don't listen to him, Yani. Anyway, there was a firebender camp, but everyone was missing, and
then we followed the tracks and found a big spirit. It was huge, like the biggest elephant seal you've ever seen. And we fought it for a little bit. and then it stomped on me.
I knew I had to get Men out of there. Even he was in a bad way. I had to put down my sword and get him out.
Pancake.
I did what had to be done, and the sapling came out.
I saw.
You saw that.
And then I saw what happened with Tomo.
I think I see the top. Anyway, after that, we went back to the village. We put Tomo to rest. We made an urn.
Oh, actually, Nuro's wee cabbage toy, Kebabagi. Turns out Kebabagi's real.
Don't you mean Kebaj?
Yeah, I thought
What
it
do
was
you mean
Kebaj.
it turns out he's real?
It was always real.
Yeah,
do you mean it
Kebabagi
turns
was always real, Nuro. It's friend to all spirits. Turns out had a piece of, a piece of cabbage that they gave us,
It
and
was delicious, actually.
So good. I can't stop thinking about it. And then we left. We came back. Nuro bothered their mother for 3 weeks or something.
It took her so long.
I made a new rope. And then we left for the Destiny Tree. And then you came.
Man, that
And now we're
rope.
here. And now we're here. All right.
There it is.
Let's go.
Yanni, one thing I don't understand, though, is why it took us all the way back to the swamp. After all that, it took us back. What does it mean? What is in those scrolls that Mr. Fox gave you?
And welcome back to the Book of War, an Avatar Legends real play, the story of 4 runaways seeking the Book of War in a world without the Avatar. My name, you guessed it, Jesse Thomas.
Did you forget?
Did I forget my own name?
A little bit.
No.
Okay.
He hasn't had a lot of sleep. Leave him alone.
I'm not sleeping. I play Minh Fang, the Foundling, he, him, a runaway Earthbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
Correct.
My Minh Fact.
Short and sweet.
A runaway lava bender from the Earth Kingdom found a new home for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets. And my Minh fact for today is that Minh might be nobility, but he is not exactly part of a respected noble house, so he will not be interacting with the Beifongs in Gao-Ling because they will not interact with him if they wanted to. They wouldn't ignore him because that would be ignoring themselves in terms of class. Like he's a noble, they're a noble. They would have to acknowledge him, but also they'd probably just report on him and tattle. So losers.
Speaking of losers, my name's Ted Darling. I play Banji the Idealist, he, him, a runaway firebender who's risen from the ashes of his old life. With the fate of the world resting on the edge of a blade, he fights for freedom, for justice, and for peace. I totally forgot to put a Banji fact in my brain for today, so maybe it was that he still doesn't really understand why Minh couldn't just make one of those earth elevators and elevate us up the mountain.
Okay, I'll tell you why. It's because Nuro needs to start using their actual legs, and they need to start muscling up because they've been atrophied in sitting in amber. So that's why he didn't do anything.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, he's a thinking boy.
Speaking of thinking boys,
Hey.
my name is Georgie Hazel, and I play
No, you do play Nuro.
It's about those teenage years that happens.
I play Nuro, the icon, they, she, he, a runaway of the foggy swamp, now confronted with the truth that they were never really living for themselves. Nuro struggles to untangle from the roots of the destiny tree while facing the burdens ahead. Is their place ultimately with their tribe or with the other runaways? And my fact was actually going to be about Nuro and how they're going with their new body.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, it's thankfully they're not coming out of it super weak. But they are so not prepared for the height that they have. I think that they've been stumbling, knocking knees, stumbling over their own feet. Their strides are too long, so they're kind of, knocking onto the heels of other people.
Yeah, bumping into door frames.
Bumping-
running into
yeah,
trees.
You're used to standing closer to everything as well.
Yes.
So
they've actually been crouching a lot to get to that lower level. Like you actually see them if they're standing in place for too long, they start just
I imagine Minh's very much like stand up straight.
They start folding in on themselves. Yeah, I think it's a lot. They're really struggling. They're not connected the same way, but this new body is very strange. They're just...
You are living the teenager life right now.
Yeah. There's so many more feelings. There's so much like it's that complete human experience. And so they're processing feelings and emotions very differently. And I think they've been dreaming a lot. They've been dreaming about their memories and it's been kind of untangling in a very weird way. So they not only are they slowly getting to small stature, but you just see them kind of just staring off into the distance, really wide-eyed, just going over and over and in their head, like, was that me? Was that sapling? Was that we? Like a bit much. Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tilia Quinn, and I play Kiyomi, the adamant, she, her, a waterbender making her way around the world that seems to fight her at every step. But is it her that's resisting the world, or is it the conflict coming from within? My Kiyomi fact today is in the previous town, for those of you who might have been paying attention to her, she's always scanning the crowd and kind of staring at people's faces. So take that as...
I want to know why she's not sleeping.
Oh.
That's some juicy details.
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Well, yeah, clearly.
That's the whole thing.
Hello, my name is Ash. I am the Grandmaster of the White Lotus, or Goose Monkey.
Gum gum. Gum, gum.
I am fresh.
Gum, gum. Can we harmonise on it?
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Gum gum. Was that a hard? I don't know.
Not
Three of you picked the same note, one of you picked the wrong one. That's how that works.
Not even close.
Next time.
We'll get him next time.
I am...
Gum.
I am freshly back from Adelaide. I'm just going to keep talking now. I'm freshly back from Adelaide and finding that the world is much, much faster paced in Melbourne. That's not entirely true, but I did actually spend some time
In
at the
Adelaide.
Fringe Festival. What?
It's faster paced in Adelaide. Sorry, Adelaide.
While I was there, I saw a few Fringe shows, and one of them was from another Australian podcast group called Roll to Cast, who did the most wonderful Star Trek actual play I've ever seen. The list is very short on the grounds that I've only ever seen one Star Trek actual play, but man, did they knock it out of the park. They were impressed. I have to admit, I did impress them because I was live memeing as the show was happening. They took out their phones to look in the social medias. They're like, are you doing that like concurrently? Certainly was.
So what I'm hearing is you boldly went where no one had been before.
What I'm hearing was he was on his phone the entire time, not paying attention.
Actually, to be fair, I sort of in like 2 to 5 minutes between the break kicking in and them actually looking at their phones. So I was respectful. Roll the music. To recap, post that recap of the last couple of episodes we had the return of Yani combined with this new face that's appeared and the eventual egress from the swamp, where you came across a farm town that was not doing as well as it could have been, and it was revealed that maybe Minh accidentally had something to do with that. You kind of solved the problem. You've created a bit of a resolution to where the trouble is at the moment, but it may be short-lived as the spirit that was there to protect the town has gone elsewhere. We are resuming basically as you're coming down from the top of the mountain. You see once you reach that peak, Gao-Ling is directly in front of you. And it's a big, sprawling place. It's been a while since you've seen a place that's as big as this. Not as big as...
Can I clarify? Is it this is at the bottom of the base of the mountain?
Yeah.
So we're looking down on it.
Yeah, I'd say that there's like a few ridgy bits. So it's going to be a much shorter descent than it was. It's kind of like that.
I just wasn't sure if it was
crest.
like a plateau. I'm just clarifying. Like I just wasn't sure if it was a plateau or if it was like at the
there's
bottom.
like a mountain
Sorry,
range
my bad.
in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, Gao-Ling is probably the biggest place you've seen for a while. Not as big as Amashu or anything like that, but it's got a fair bit of size. There's a lot to do in Gao-Ling. It's a prominent port town that like ships a lot around the entire world, really. So anything that you might dream of is probably here if you need to.
I think first order of business is who's carrying Tomo's stuff?
Me.
Minh, I think I might need that mustache if we're going to go into Gao-Ling.
Minh shuffles through Tomo's bag and he pulls out a handlebar mustache, which is not the same mustache as like this one.
Sure. That's, yeah. And Banji sticks it on. Hey, Kiyomi, Yani, I'm Banjo now.
What? Who? Where did the firebender go? Oh, it's a mystery.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's now Sean Connery has turned up.
There's actually, I think he actually has a few in here if anyone else is interested.
Oh, what else has he got? Are we Georgie?
It pulls out the big mutton chops.
Give me the mutton chops. I like those.
Well, you can't have both.
And I guess my head is shaved. It's fine.
It's like a pencil mustache. This is like every possible mustache in there.
Oh, could I wear that one?
Sure, yeah.
Yanni puts on the pencil mustache and like starts like twirling it in between her thumb and forefinger and be like, yes, I have a devious plan. Okay, I'm bored with this now.
You gonna take it off or put it back?
I'll decide later.
Fair enough.
I think it suits you.
Hey, thanks.
All right, lead on, folks. Hey, Nuro, can you help me with something back here for a second? While we're walking down the hill.
Yeah, what's going on there, buddy?
Minh sort of waits for everyone to keep going, and then he's like, and then he starts walking with Nuro. He's like, "Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
So you're big now. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that like we haven't been in a city for a while,
Yeah.
and because you're now big, people might treat you a bit differently. Okay. And I just didn't want you to get a shock. So they might be a bit more rude to you if you're in their way. They might yell at you. They might try and sell you things.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Just wanted to let you know that was likely.
Makes a lot of sense, you know. I think that's why...
And you're a tall 15-year-old.
No, It's so confusing. It kept me so small. I always felt like I was... Something just wasn't right. But this...
No, I get it. I always felt like you were, I don't know, more mature than you were in a sense. I don't know. I felt something.
I was stunted in that body, but it made it easy for me to slip out of places people would treat me like a baby, you know. And now well, I've had to apologize to Banji at least 30 times today for standing on his heel.
He's got slow heels anyway. I wouldn't worry about it.
I wish he would walk just that little bit faster. You know what I mean? He just needs to walk that little bit. Anyway.
Yeah, welcome to big boy town, I guess. This is what it's like being tall.
We flash over to the other three that are ahead of you, and Yanni's just like, I have not been to Gao-Ling for like so long. Kiyomi, have you been here before?
No, actually, I've never been here. It's really massive. Like, so much to take in. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, so there's actually really good fashion if we want to go down this way, because I saw that you're getting a little bit of dust on your stuff and maybe you want to do that a bit of a swap around. So I know, and I could probably get us a discount pretty easily.
Okay.
Banji, do you normally wear this flowing looking thing that you wear?
Yeah, I mean, this is from the king of Amashu himself.
Wait. You know Boomy?
Of course we know Boomy.
Of course. How?
Well, we're Yeah.
Good friends! Minh sort of runs up with Nuro beside him. He's like, good friends, we're good friends.
Yeah, good friends with
the
Boomy.
king.
We rode the mail carts into his throne room and
He loved it. He thought it was so funny.
yeah, I actually gave him his bending mat idea. So
Yeah, and Min's mom is a general, we cross paths.
But he came up with the bending.
that's
Yeah,
why he
so
had
he's
his
been
bending
all
mat.
over it.
He stole that idea from us. You see Minh get very serious and very angry. It's like, it was our idea. That's how we snuck into Omashu, and he stole it because we didn't trademark it.
I even gave him the stalagmite line.
I thought that was a really good part of the ad.
Thank you.
I really like that.
See, Yanni, that's why we're best friends.
Look, I'm still coming to grips with all this. Okay.
Well,
That's
you're
all
my
right.
best friend. One of them.
Can I do? I know I've done this, but like, hey, this is my new bread and butter: otter penguins, unagi, and hot springs.
Yeah.
Nice.
My goal is specifically to find the hot springs because I would like to be clean. So I'm going to roll with. I'm going to roll with harmony.
I'm going to give you a +1 to that because Yanni knows her way around.
Cool. 7. Just. So thank you for the +1. So I get one question.
Where the hot springs at?
Interesting locations. Where is the hot springs or public baths?
Yeah, you know that there is well, between you and Yanni, you know roughly how Earth Kingdom towns are set out, and Yanni's like, yeah, they keep it down this way because this is actually where they do a lot of the fighting areas. Like, there's a lot of martial arts, earthbending academies in Gao-Ling, so they tend to keep those baths a little bit more central than they otherwise would. So they're actually just down this way.
Wonderful. I cannot wait to be clean. Actually clean. Properly clean.
Yeah, I could probably go for one of those actually.
Yeah, that swamp air is not doing any favors.
Yeah. And Nuro, you've still got amber in your hair and all over you, and it's starting to dry and shine in the light.
Yeah, I think, they've got the crust on their skin.
Fancy glitter.
Yeah, I think they still occasionally just give their head a whack and some comes out the ear. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm fine like this, but if you guys really want to get clean, then let's go.
Have you never been to a good bathhouse?
I used to work at a bathhouse, actually.
But then, all the secrets that you need to ask for to get all the special soaps and stuff.
I guess I
Come
can
on.
do
And
it.
she grabs you by the hand and, starts leading the way. A short trip later.
So you worked at a bathhouse, so you must be the mud master.
Not really mud, no. Water.
Water.
Yeah, there wasn't really any dirt inside of the building.
Shame.
Is it, though? I don't really.
Kingdom bathhouses almost always have a mud bath area.
Yeah, Minh likes mud. He loves it.
I like clean mud.
Clean mud.
Yeah.
The clean dirt.
We went to this island once called a place, and
Good save, man.
and they had the best hot springs ever, and I had a great time.
The best staff, right?
Yeah, best staff, right, man?
Why would whatever? Yeah.
Yanni sniffs the air. That's a story.
No.
That's a story. I want to hear more about it.
Maybe we can share that over a bath. That sounded really weird.
Yeah, let's not keep that in.
Well, let's go. And you enter. And you find that it is not quite as nice as the Greys establishment.
It wouldn't be.
But it is a little bit more traditional in that Earth Kingdom way. All the areas are very, very straight and angular. You know that it means business. The second you walk in there, there's no doubt. Men's is that way, women's is that way. Separated baths. And as is often the case in the Earth Kingdom, you've got the area where you wash yourself first. So it's a big tiled area where you can douse yourself, give yourself a rinse before you move into the next section.
Minh just slaps a bunch of money on the table and is like, 6 deluxe packages, please.
The person behind just like starts rubbing their hands and licking their lips and like, yeah, yes, this way, please. And all of a sudden, like soaps and towels and salts and basically everything you could imagine, like that Minh was hoping for, is directly there.
Nice.
Yeah, Minh is so happy to be in civilization again, warm and clean.
I think Nuro is standing between like the men, like the woman's and the men's kind of sections to go off, and is really unsure, uncomfortable, and just starts kind of like wrapping their arms around their chest, and is just kind of like, oh.
Yani like sees this and immediately just wheels around. It's like,
maybe do you want to hang out with us girls? Like, I mean, you don't have to, but maybe you just want to come hang out with us. We can do a bit of a chat.
You look to the boys and Banji's like rolling up a towel and whipping.
That's really dangerous.
Get in the bath.
You're not meant to do that. Stop.
I think there's a part of Nuro that wants so badly to go off with Minh and Banji, but they're, whether or not it's just instinctually reading the situation, I think they don't want to vocalize that. They're a little bit shy to vocalize that, so they follow Yani.
Yani's definitely not being pushy.
No.
It's a very gentle handout, like, you can come with us.
Yeah, Nuro will, just like wistfully look at the two of you just having the most goofiest time.
Yeah, you see like a giant bucket just get thrown on Banji.
Kiyomi's already gone. She's like, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to get directions.
Yeah.
I've never been here before, but I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
But by the time Nuro and Yani walk in, Kiyomi has like
She's got like a towel around her hair and like just is already like
preset.
Absolute zen.
The lather is in the hair already. Like it's all up. Like probably the cucumbers are
The
ready
cucumbers,
to go on.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
the
absolutely.
entire like exfoliant paste is everywhere. I picture that vividly and very, very clearly. Let's duck over to the boys and their shenanigans, and then we'll come back to the others.
I think Minh also comes out with a towel on his head for his hair. It's all wrapped up nice because they combed it all out, they cleaned it, put a bunch of oils, and he's wrapped it all up. And just
Picture in picture, you actually look almost identical.
Yeah. And he sort of makes his way to the hot springs and gets down and just sort of like,
Yeah, Banji's already in there and in Gray
less hair. Yeah.
in Gray and Dicella's hot springs, the seats are made of stone, and Banji had like a little groove that he would get
just
to
can't
sit
get it
into.
the
But
same.
because these are like wooden seats, like under the water, he's like scooting around. He's like, no.
And Min's just trying to relax and he's just listening to this. And he's like, Banji, just sit still.
It's hard these days, you know.
No, I know.
There
I'm
are definitely
excited.
other people in the bath as well, just so you know.
They all move away.
Actually, as you're shuffling, you get closer and closer, and you see a dude that is huge. He is taking up like. You imagine that once he steps out of this bath, the water level will drop.
Yeah, Banji's not intimidated. He's used to being in communal bath situations, being in the military. It's like everyone just jumped in. It's like that scene in Mulan where everyone kind of like runs into the lake. It's like he's just hanging out there and, oh man, I'm excited to get back to the boat. I miss...
hope nothing bad has happened. Oh, well, who are we kidding? It's fine.
Dad and the gang, they've got this.
I
and-
specifically told them no side quests.
Exactly.
so
and
it'll be
Hikaru's
fine.
there. It's, he would have taken care of them. And,
Yani seems to have chilled out a little bit.
yeah, it's weird for me because, I mean, I know Yani. I know the things that we've done together, but she doesn't know me, and I don't know how much to push that.
I think there is an opportunity at some point. We just got to bring her in, and bind her to a life of servitude, as we have been. And then she will remember you.
Can we do that? Do we have the authority? I don't know how
we
this
can,
whole
like-
thing works.
We can do. Just thinks for a second. He's like, Last time we half kind of did it, it kind of ruined our brains. So
Yeah.
we really better not half-ass it, shall we?
Yeah, and I think looking at her eyes, there's already something wrong with her brain.
Yeah, let's not make it worse. And she's kind of like starting to be nice again to me, and I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I understand that.
Yeah.
But we do need to probably work out what's going on with her eyes.
Yeah. I look over to the big guy. I'm like, hey, big guy.
He opens his eye, like one eye, just super slow and lazily.
You're like super jacked, bro. How'd you get so big?
A lot of eating.
Like, are you lifting every day? You picking up big rocks? You a bender?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's really cool, bro. And he's like trying to be cool and lean back. And he's like, so are you like a fighter or something?
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Rock Slam 1's on tonight.
Rock Slam 1?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's one every year. I don't know why they don't move the number up. They just every year it's Rock Slam 1.
Maybe it's like, because it's number 1, it's the top Rock Slam.
Maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're fighting in Rock Slam tonight?
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you ever been?
No, what is it?
Oh, it's where the best Earthbender fighters all fight in an arena for the championship belt.
Minhie's championship belt. And it's like it's like the Dutch Zoom. And he's like, I have to win this.
I think you have to win this, Minh.
And money.
And money.
How much money?
I think the last prize was about 300 gold pieces.
Hey, that covers all of our deluxe packages today.
Yeah, I think you need to enter this, Minh.
How do I enter this, good sir?
He sort of opens both eyes and looks at you and is... To say that he snorts derisively is overselling it, but that's definitely how Minh takes it. And he's... Occasionally, if the show doesn't go on too long, they'll have challengers from the audience.
Oh, that's the way in. That's what
That's
we're
it.
doing. Yep.
That's your ticket in, Minh.
Cool. Thanks, man. What's your name?
My name is Slab.
Because you're so jacked. Nice.
No, it's because I always eat a slab of rice with every meal.
Is that like a metric slab or?
Yeah, it's a unit of measurement around here.
Cool.
Is Kiyomi, like 100% Yani is going through the process of like cleaning Nuro's hair, like giving it a proper brush, getting out all these bits of amber and any grit and giving it a proper untangle, which it probably has never actively had. Is Kiyomi,
untouched.
is Kiyomi joining in for that?
Kiyomi is not doing a thing, no. She might have worked at a bathhouse, but she certainly didn't help in any way with the patrons. So she's just, again, sitting there, brooding in her own sort of way and just letting them have their own little conversation because she's gathered that Yani and Nuro have this connection. So she's just hanging around. As always.
As always.
As always.
This might be the first time you've actually closed your eyes for a while that anyone has seen.
Yeah, she might fall asleep.
A chance to relax. How is Nuro taking all this fuss?
All this fuss. They it's you know that like that feeling of getting a gift and you really like it but you don't know how to express your gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know how to say thank you. I think Nuro is taking this this affection and they like it, but they also just really don't know how to accept it. And they're also feeling they're in that like this is also the first time that they've like kind of been one-on-one a little bit with Yani and also Kiyomi as well. So
If it helps, Kiyomi's a little bit further out. I would say this is happening in that sort of bridging room.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got a bit of space if there's
Got a bit
something
of
that you
space.
needed to say
yeah,
quietly.
I think I think maybe Nuro is like pats a bruise on Yanni's arm that she accidentally got from like Nuro like absolutely stumbling into her and then falling, and it just is just kind of is probably like the 5th time they've apologized for it, but it's like I'm really sorry about that, Yanni.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. You definitely notice as you're sort of looking at this bruise, you see the scar on the hand from where she got shot with that arrow however many months ago now. And it is completely healed, but there's definitely a battle wound there.
Yeah,
She's paying it no mind.
I think there's been a lot of just kind of glossing over Yanni and how different she is. Or at least Nuro has, because they've just been so happy to have Yanni back with them. But I think in that moment and seeing that, Yanni doesn't have that fear, and they've got those glowing eyes. So Nuro's like, tell me, Yanni, be honest with me. You can talk with Mr. Fox now. Your eyes are glowing.
Yanni was sort of like mid telling you about these scrolls that she was reading for the Destiny Tree. A lot of it's going over your head because a lot of it was garbage. Like there was, for every nugget of information that was actually worth listening to, there are 5 or 6 that was nothing. But she's relaying everything out of fairness. And that sort of makes her stop, that last sort of question statement that you've just said. And she says, I don't really get it, really. But it's kind of ever since I saw you last in CD Merchant Pier, I keep having weird dreams. Like I dream about you a lot, and sometimes I see things, and sometimes it's not real, and sometimes maybe it is real based on those stories you're telling me. I think I saw you like walking around Agnekeller. I thought it was a weird place for, you to be, where it was all white and cold, and I didn't quite get it, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
does that answer the question?
It does. Sometimes it's really hard to tell what's real and what isn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see things that don't make sense straight away, but then it does, and when it feels like it's too late, it's... I don't know. Yanni, I don't know what would happen if you weren't there. You found something. You found something that helped.
I mean, maybe I get to be the spiritual leader now, and you get to kick back and relax and just enjoy your hair being washed.
Well, you know what? That might have to happen because I don't have a direction.
Hey. And she sort of grabs your chin and gives it a bit of a squeeze in a really affectionate way. It's like, hey, you don't need one right now, right? Like, we can just be people doing whatever.
But this all started. It all started with you, really, Yanni. Finding you, looking for you. I had visions about you.
And how the tables have turned.
The
lazy Susan has rotated.
I still feel like we're a part of something. It's just not clear anymore.
You know what we need to be a part of? And she finishes the last brush of your hair. It's like, we need to be a part of that hot spring right now. Let's go. Come on.
I agree. But Yanni, just promise me one thing. I can see that you are opening yourself up to things, and you're getting stronger, but whatever it is you're doing, don't... Just be careful, okay?
I promise that I will protect myself as best I can. And that's as best I can.
That's all I want.
Good enough for me, good enough for you.
I'll be safe.
Kiyomi, your peace and tranquility is immediately ruined as Yanni and maybe Nuro come barreling? Almost barreling. There's a bit of barrel about it.
Nuro's in the coattails of Yanni's barrel, I think. Yes. It's like that first big splash that gets you, and then you think it's done, but then like that slightly smaller splash it comes, and then
You notice that Kiyomi doesn't actually look up straight away. She's staring intently at the water, like kind of with a desperate look on her face. Doesn't really do anything until like the 3rd or 4th splash, and then in retaliation, will splash you back in a knee-jerk reaction.
Okay.
Yani sort of
Sorry.
looks, and there are definitely other women in this path at the moment, and all of them are just a bit like, oh, oh, oh. Fine. And they just sort of give up because they're like, we are enjoying the heat, so why not?
Oh, like a little water never hurt you. Calm down.
Yeah, hoity-toity.
Oh, no. That's all you hear.
Yeah.
Mwah.
I think Nuro's just like, "Bah."
Kiyomi joins you and like, yeah.
I think we kind of, simultaneously, these fancy ladies, yeah.
Yani definitely joins in.
Yeah, amazing.
And begins to soak, and like it hits the bones. She is a very, very happy lass for a very short period of time right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think Nuro really knows exactly what to say in this moment, in this company. It's very strange. Normally around Yani, it would just be an endless blah, 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 blah. But, yeah.
So how does it go?
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that Yani notices that, like normal, like the conversation has sort of died down, and she sort of takes the hint to shift the conversation away. And she's like, Kiyomi, I think that's like the first time I've seen you properly have a joke at something. You doing okay?
I can make jokes. What do you mean?
I think the hot water's doing you good.
Are you saying I'm not fun?
I know you're a lot of
I'm
fun.
really fun.
You
Come
are.
on.
I absolutely. Like leans over to Nuro. I think she's gonna hit me.
You remind me of Tomo.
Tomo, your friend.
And Nuro shakes themselves a little bit. Didn't mean to bring him up in that moment, but is a bit shocked by that they said it out loud, and then it's like, yeah, he pretended that he didn't like to have fun as well.
Yeah, he was always like a big old grumpy bum, and
What? I'm not grumpy. I'm just enjoying the water. What? I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy.
yeah, no,
No,
grumps,
not
grumps.
at all.
Nuro, psst.
Hey, hang on a second. And Nuro just turns her head and
Like there's the bamboo wall. And you sort of like
yeah. Nuro kind of like leans out of the spa and maybe just like could see you through the crack, just your eye.
hey,
You peeping?
no, trying to get your attention.
Is he peeping?
I'm not peeping.
He's beeping.
Banji and I are gonna go to this fight thing.
This fight thing.
Yeah.
Will you? What do you mean? Why? Who are you fighting?
Oh, what? No, we're gonna go watch fighting.
Are you gonna go watch?
Are they going to Rock Slam 1?
Is it Rock Slam 1?
Yeah. How do you guys know about it?
Yanni knew about Rock Slam 1. That sounds fun. Well, I guess have fun.
Yeah. Are you guys? Yanni said that you guys are gonna go buy clothes or something.
Yeah. Do you need anything?
No, I'm just saying that if you don't want to do that, we're going to Rock Slam 1.
Oh, I get it. Thanks, buddy. Okay, yeah.
All right, Banji, let's go. We're gonna miss the start. Let's go.
Bye, Banjo.
Kiyomi really wants to go to that. She's like kind of like about to start getting out of the water, and if anyone's gonna stop her, like she's going to that.
Yani sort of looks and like sees Nuro's face and sees Kiyomi's already moving, and she's like, I guess we're going to Rock Slam 1.
Oh, no, Yanni. You wanted some fancy clothes.
Clothes will be there. Clothes will be there.
Clothes will be there. I needed to. Nuro just feels bad for Yanni, I think, a little bit. And it's just like, no, I needed to buy some things anyway. Kiyomi, you can go to this really cool sounding Rock Slam 1.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Are
She
you
runs
sure you don't want to go?
Nope. Not at all.
Oh, whoops.
Georgie, you can come to Rock Slam 1, Georgie. If you want to come to Rock Slam 1, you can come to Rock Slam 1.
Yanni like stands up. She goes, "Oh no, I've twisted my ankle. Guess I'm not walking anywhere, whether it's to shops or a tournament, and I'll just have to sit here for the next few hours as it gets better."
Yanni, don't be stupid.
You don't be stupid and go watch a thing you want to watch.
Well, fine. Well, come with me.
Okay. Oh, my angle's better. Here we go. We smash cut to everyone being dressed and ready and feeling very, very like you've all got that glow. You've got that. You've got that 10-hour sleep, well rested perk.
I think as well the mustache, because of the water and the sweat, it's just like migrated down to under Banji's lip. So now it's like there's two like long prongs coming from his chin rather than a handlebar mustache.
It's now a handlebar beard.
Yeah.
Banji,
Yes.
fix your face. You're
No, I
embarrassing
think
me in
it's
front of Slab.
It's refined.
Yanni's put her mustache like on the inside of her finger, so every now and again she pulls like a thinking pose.
So millennial of her.
It's very
Very
millennial.
millennial.
But they haven't been invented yet in this time, so it's fine. She's got ingenuity. The big announcement happens. You go, and this little, I say little, it's a massive arena. It's definitely bigger than the one that when you were having a challenge with Boomy. And the announcer, as Rock Slam 1 is beginning, shouts out through a ready-made megaphone that is created out of rock. He says, "Welcome, challengers, to Rock Slam 1, number 43! Woo! Rock Slam 1, let's go!
Rock Slam 1, number 43!
As always, the rules are very simple. You win by knocking your opponent out of the ring. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's get ready to rock slam! And you see rising, like, through the ground, like, so clearly someone's earth elevating, like, these platforms up. You see the slab. Is fighting there, and you see another one. In this corner, we have the 400-pound slab. Woo! We don't know whether it's muscle, we don't know whether it's something else, but he's here.
I know that guy.
It's all rice.
I know that guy.
And on the other side, we have the ice frog. And you see that there is this a fellow that's almost like bouncy, like the way that he's moving. Picture a Greninja, but make him an Earthbender. And the bell dings and the fight begins. As you're all watching this, we actually see the slab does pretty well for most of it. So what tends to happen is that one challenger based on their rankings will come and fight through. And whoever wins that fight then moves on to the next one. So if you're starting at the bottom, it's usually a pretty hard fight. But the slab's mate doing pretty well at it. You see that his slow lumbering techniques of being able to just get up close, pretty much any rocks that hit him just bounce off. It's an impressive fighting style. Anything that's too big, he sort of, catches, or he does a bit of earthbending. But the reality is that he's a tough opponent to take down. And he makes it not quite all the way, because there is one challenger that looks. And you remember when we first described Boomy being like overly muscular and like just that proportion? This guy's much the same, but significantly younger, maybe 25 or 30, and he is a muscly man. And it's a pretty close fight. The slab nearly makes it through, but the other guy just has that little bit too much experience. And your current champion, and retaining his title, Big Crunch! Have you all come around to Big Crunch compared to Slab?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slab was the underdog.
Slab was the underdog. We saw Big Crunch do his Big Crunch move.
Yeah.
on
Oh
Slab.
yeah, that's it. Like Slab's big move was he'd just fall on them. So he'd sink them into the ground that little bit, and then when they couldn't move, he'd go and just completely fall.
Yeah, the Big Crunch did the People's Crunch.
That's very
into
good.
it.
That's good.
Banji, can I get you to roll assess the situation
sure.
for me, please? Creativity.
Ooh, that's an 11.
You hear from your scabbard, "We are being watched."
What do you mean?
I don't know, but I can feel someone's hunger.
Banji's like head on a swivel, like sticks up, and he's wearing a hat that says "I got slammed at Rock Slam,"
That's so good.
and he's like looking around, like
That's why it's called Rock Slam 1, because they made too many hats the first time.
They couldn't
And so, just to keep that merchandise going, it's all
someone's
Rock Slam.
written 43 and like.
Yeah, charcoal on it.
Can I see who it is? Like, can I see anyone looking at me or?
Well, you've got a couple of questions you can ask.
Oh,
but
cool.
As you think about what you're about to ask,
Yep.
it's the point where the announcer says, "If there is anyone from the crowd that wants to challenge,"
Shoots up.
you just okay, hand shoots up. I thought you were just launching yourself.
Are you sure that's a good idea? What are you doing?
His name is Big Crunch. I think I've got this.
You, young man, come on up and challenge.
This is gonna end so bad.
Glory, for money, and for everything.
Yeah, Minh wants to get a bit showy, so he does like a rock launch to
Yeah.
like flip onto the arena.
Yep,
He's
you
also trying to impress Kiyomi like hardcore.
You don't need to roll for that. I think that you've been thinking about this move for the last at least hour. You're like, so
Absolutely.
when they call out, I'm going to launch on here. And yep. So you land in the middle of the ring, Ted.
Yes, I would like to ask who or what is the biggest threat, and what should I be on the lookout for?
Okay. So with those two questions, who or what is the biggest threat? Currently, the fact that there's a crowd here, it means that, yes, you guys can blend in a little bit, but it also means you can't see where enemies might be coming from. Like, there's just too many faces. The other thing that you should be on the lookout for is, after that sort of warning from PB, you know that someone has got eyes somewhere on your group. You don't know who. I think he even says, is like,
I don't know if they're for Yani, for you, for anyone else, but there were eyes fixed in our direction.
Yeah, Banji like scoots over to Yani, and because the seat's vacant from Minh. Yani, you said that you've been to Gao-Ling before. Do you know anyone here? I think someone's watching us.
I mean, no one that would like... No? I'm going to say no. I feel the answer's no here.
Kiyomi, do you know anybody in Gao-Ling, or did you see anybody come in after us?
No, I haven't seen anyone, no.
Okay, right, well, you guys just make sure Minh's okay, and I'll be back. And then Banji gets up to, like, go and try and find what the source of walking is. I mean, looking. He's the source of walking.
Yeah.
His legs. But he's gonna try and find who's looking at us.
really well said.
And Nuro's just gonna be like, where's Banji going?
He said something about just like having a look around the crowd and seeing if there's, just people.
Kiyomi's also looking around now. She was like totally focused on the match, grinning, and you've never seen her grin until now. And she's just like, yeah, oh, gotta do stuff. Okay.
The bell dings.
I don't get a name.
Yeah, okay. It's very much so. The Bruce Campbell Spider-Man. What's your name, kid?
We did not think this through. So it's just like the volcano. The volcano.
Oh my bog.
He's not gonna love it. Don't worry. It's just a name.
Yeah, but there is just something. I think you meet eyes.
And he's just like,
And Nuro's just like shaking their hands.
The bell dings. Pick a
Venom
stance.
maneuver.
Okay, Nuro, like, yeah, any whatever curiosity for what Banji was doing is gone now. They're just like, everyone's just like, I think I'm just locked on Minh. Nuro's locked on Minh.
All right. You get to go first, sir.
Please, dice. Please be chill about
And you're
this.
fighting an ice bender, right?
No,
Is that what you said?
Big Crunch.
That's
Big Crunch.
all-
You know Big Crunch.
Big Crunch, the champion.
Crunch.
The champion.
The Earthbending
Okay.
champion.
The People's Crunch.
The People's Crunch. We've been through this. Oh, yes. That is 13.
Okay.
Sorry, no, it's an 11. And then 11. Old Faithful does stepping. Minh just starts up straight away. He slams a foot down. 3 little rocks jump up out of the ground, and he just starts running along in the air to get a better position.
Yes.
For those, as a reminder, I am now favored and prepared. He can mark 2 fatigue to stop me from doing this if he wishes.
I think that he does. I think as you go to do this, because you're now dealing with people that are like fully aware of
Earthbenders. They know what's going on.
your pillars begin to move up, and you realise that they're shrinking down from underneath you. So I'll mark that fatigue.
I will then also do. He blocks it. I think he just pulls them down, so I sort of like go down with them.
Absolutely.
I've lost my height advantage.
Yes.
I will then retaliate, and I think as he pulls me back down, I just like go down with a bit more force and just jostle the arena. So a bunch of like bricks loosen themselves, ready for me to just start throwing them Fang Fury style.
That's a really, really good call. He is going to advance and attack.
Great.
So as you sort of come down, those pillars that went down, he immediately starts doing some like elbow thrust upwards. And you sort of get the idea of what's coming next, because functionally he's doing the opposite of what he just did by lowering them down, and these rock spikes are coming up almost exactly where you were standing. So in this case, he marks 1 fatigue, and you must mark 3 fatigue.
Cool. Then he will mark another fatigue because
Yes,
of my
so
retaliate.
he's marking 2.
So as he shoots those up, I send off those extra bricks just to catch him off guard, and they sort of smash into his face.
Absolutely. Because you got a sense of what this move was going to be, those tiles fly, and sure enough, just crack him across the cheek. All right, let's do a dance. What are you doing next?
Evade and observe.
He too is going evade and observe.
Great. I said it first. I go first.
I love that you're saying it so quickly.
7. Ooh.
Ooh. All right. So you're 1 basic.
Yes. So I am going
Or
to
mastered.
hinder.
Mhm.
I think as these extra spikes come up, I'm just going to, as I'm sort of dodging them and I get hit by one and get pushed back a little bit, Minh is going to sort of restabilize himself, spin, throw out all his limbs in like a real pose to sort of stop himself. And as he does, he throws his hands forward and claps them, sending his own spikes back at him, but at his feet. So I'm trying to, I'm inflicting an appropriate status. I want him to be impaired.
Yeah, impaired
Nice.
makes the absolute sense
I'm
here.
trying to trip him up, and I recover 1 fatigue.
Yeah, this works really quite well. And you see him dance back, and he did have a move in place, but he can't stop it from happening. So you see him lose his footing, which, as all Earthbenders know, is a bad time when you're trying to get ready to launch something. So his move doesn't come up, but what he does get to do is mark a fatigue back. So he now has a little bit of extra juice.
Yep. Wonderful.
Well, that was a nice quick one, so why don't we have another one?
Yes. I will do defend and observe. No, defend and maneuver. Sorry.
He will go back to evade and observe.
Okay. 7 again. I'm actually going to try the dust stepping again now that I've got this moment of like I've stopped him a little bit. I'm gonna like, nah, I need to get this advantage quick. So as he sort of regains his footing, I'm already up in the air. Like he's like, oh, I'm back, and then I'm already up there
Nice.
with the bricks again, just in the air, setting up for my next attack. So
I'm
Nice.
just so mad that he's missing this.
He does not have the fatigue to stop that, so you absolutely do
didn't
get
think so.
that.
I'm favoured and prepared, folks.
Nice.
His move, he marks back another fatigue, which is very, very good for him because he is going to, as your pillars move up, he tries a slightly different tactic. Instead of lowering them straight down, you've realised one of them grabs your ankle and pulls you down. So he's also giving you the impaired.
Show him who's boss, Volcano!
Yeah, so basically it has pulled you back down again. So you've still got your favour and prepared. You still managed to move to your right position, but this impaired, it's almost, think about it, he's given you like an FBI like clamp on your leg, and it's throwing your balance off.
Yeah, great, cool.
Let's tuck away from that because I think that this still has a bit of room to move. No one's won yet. Banji,
Yep.
you're looking through the crowd. What do you think you're going to see?
Yeah, I think like Banji's kind of started moving, and it's just as he's moving around, he's kind of looking for if people in the crowd are watching him or the match, or if they're watching like where he was sitting. So I want to do maybe a rely on your skills and training to just scope.
I'm
going
going to let you have this one because of
sweet.
because of your assess the situation.
Cool.
You are aware, like you look that exact question that you just asked. There is no one looking in yours or the group's direction. Everyone who is currently in attendance has their eyes on this match.
This is so weird. PB, are you sure that you felt someone? It doesn't seem like anyone's watching.
I don't feel them anymore. The bloodlust has come from the crowd instead of wherever it was.
That's not very helpful. Right, maybe I'll just do a wee lap and then go back to the seat. And then Banji kind of I'm guessing with this arena, there's a loop around that you can kind of go, where you would kind of come in and find your seat and stuff.
It's the absolute danger zone. You've seen boulders and things smash into them. I'm stealing that straight from the show. The first few rows are completely, no one sits in them because they are death traps. So yes, you can easily cart your way around there.
Yeah, I think he's just going to do a quick loop around to see if he picks up anything else. And PB, keep an eye out, or a feeler, or whatever you have. Just keep it out.
Kiyomi, Nuro, any thoughts? Or are you just enjoying this fight?
Would it be safe to feel that we feel some kind of mounting tension at the very least?
Only in the same way that you're seeing Minh fight a champion.
Yeah, and I guess in seeing... Yeah, I think Nuro is really focused on the fight, but now they're really interested because they're seeing that their exchanges are pretty tit for tat at the moment.
Yeah. It's also very not, in a very refreshing way, it's not violent.
Yeah.
It's two earthbenders trying to outbend each other.
And it's actually made Nuro really curious about Minh's opponent. And I was wondering if it was possible to, if there was anything, roll to see if there's anything interesting about the opponent.
Do you have a move in mind?
I mean, I was just going to do assess or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I just yeah. They're kind of stuck between they're pretty focused on this fight, but then Banji's not there, so it's I don't know.
If you assess and succeed, you could yell stuff at Minh to give him to help. In case I just
that's kind of what I was. Yeah,
the people on the side in Pokemon where they're he's used extreme speed. It's when his speed goes to the extreme.
Yeah, how about that then? Let's roll with harmony and let's see whether you are doing a Brock moment where it's just I know that move.
Yeah, okay.
3 and 3 plus?
That's an 8.
Okay. So yeah, functionally it's in this moment, I will let you do some sort of help. If you say something out loud that could help Minh, then I'll allow it. Give him a bit of a boost to his next roll.
Yeah, okay. Could it be I was also, in my mind, I was just thinking he faints really badly to the left or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna...
Yeah, identify a weakness. Yeah.
Seeing you locked... And I guess maybe getting a little bit breathing a little bit heavy. Nuro is seeing a little bit of a weakness on the left ankle of this earthbender fighting Minh, and that every time that they start kind of fainting to that left side, there's a little bit of a weird twinge. So I think Nuro just almost is falling over the side of the fencing, I guess, on their row, and is just Minh, left side, weak, send him over. Cool. Yeah, something like that.
And with that, let's go back to stances.
Yeah, defend and maneuver.
Okay. Funnily enough, he's doing advanced in attack. What are the chances?
Oh, that's a 10. That's a 10.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, it's so nice. Just succeeding in combat.
I'm really happy for you.
And I'm so happy for Minh. I think as he rockets down with this extra weight, I think he just leans into it and he smashes into the ground and with that foot just going down. He leans into it, bends himself down faster almost. Mm-hmm. And as he does, he places his foot down and shoves a heel into the ground, and I'm going to detect the heavy step.
Okay.
So I use seismic sense to detect the instant the enemy is about to move against you. I become prepared. I'm already prepared, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't double prepare.
And at any time during this exchange, I may lose prepared and mark 1 fatigue to interrupt his technique. They can mark 3 fatigue to still do it, or their technique gets disrupted. For my additional basic or mastered, I am going to mark a fatigue and do feel the empty your mind, and I'm going to choose a move from advance and attack.
You have to roll for this, don't you?
No.
No, you just mark a
I
fatigue.
mark a
Okay.
fatigue and I can choose something from something else. And I'm going to strike. As I smash down, I feel where he's planning to move, and acting on Nuro's advice, I just sweep the leg and sort of ready to see what he does.
It throws you off guard. You see, as he begins to load weight onto his right, because the left is the weaker side, that yell out really did make that difference. And you realize as his foot's coming down that your weight is getting heavier, and you feel that that's because it is going to sink into the ground and lock you down. So you can choose to use your detect your heavy step negate if you'd like.
Yeah, I don't want him to stop me. I don't want him to hold me in place, because I don't know what that means. He's preparing to do a big hit if he's going to hold me in place, so I absolutely don't want to do that. So I'll mark the fatigue.
The people's crunch.
Yeah, I don't want him to do the people's crunch on me. So I'll mark the fatigue to cancel that, and he can mark 3 to make it.
He doesn't have that much. Not still. So with your strike, are you marking fatigue to... No? In that case, he is going to shift his balance to desperation.
Ooh.
I shouldn't tell you that, but it's
exciting.
If you're going to use it against me, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's move into the next exchange. Let's see what happens then.
Advance and attack. I rolled before I even said anything. That's not necessarily...
That's fine. He too is going to advance and attack, and he gets 2 moves this time with his balance shifted, just so you know.
Cool. So that is not good. That is a 5. So I'm going to shift my balance 1 towards heritage, because...
You're earthbending.
Earthbending, let's go. And I'm going to do a basic. I'm going to do another strike. I'm also going to cash in my favored to do another one.
Yes.
I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to do it the other way around. I'm going to smash first to destabilize the environment. I want him to lose his footing, and then I'm going to strike to knock him out of the ring with just a big physical body kick to whoop, surprise, not earthbending, foot, and whoa!
Are you spending fatigue to do that?
Only I have to spend fatigue for the smash, which I've marked.
Okay.
But he can choose what he wants, whether that's fatigue, condition, or balance.
I'm going to be a kind GM here. If you spend the fatigue, you can push him over that edge. But if you don't, then the fight will continue.
Well, I am full of fatigue now.
Okay.
So that's the only trouble. I don't have the fatigue to spend.
No, that's fine. He takes this hit, and you see him grimace and groan, and you can tell that it's a hit that he did not want to take. And he goes to throw down, and as he does, this is going to suck. Because he tries it again, that rock spike. So with that impaired still in place, he does manage to latch on this time. Except now, because he's got 2 moves, he is going to do the big crunch.
Oh, no.
The people's crunch? He's big crunch. Let's get it right, guys.
The big people's crunch. Thank you, Ted. I needed that. And he comes barreling in, and here's the thing. You've hit him hard enough that it's not as free as it was. You do still have to mark 3 fatigue.
Cool. So I'm mark 3 conditions. Angry because I got hit pretty bad. Insecure because it was in front of Kiyomi. Afraid because I no longer think I can win.
Yeah, it's. But the good news is it doesn't barrel you out. He mistimes it, so he doesn't barrel you out of the ring. You're still there, and you can see that took a lot of juice out of him. We have one final stance.
Yes, we do.
Probably should have had that bath after this.
I know, right? I'm looking at it. And I'm
Hey,
like,
it worked pretty well for the slab, so.
yeah, look. I'm going to defend and maneuver. Oh no. So that's still one shy though, isn't it? And I spent my prepared.
Is there any way, because I'm down in that ring where like walking around, is there any way that I can like catch his eye and give him a thumbs up and spend a fatigue to get him over the line?
Can someone give me a one somehow?
That's not at all how this works.
That's fine.
But
I'll just move further on my heritage.
Look, if you can think of a fun way to do this, Ted.
All right, so what I do is he falls backwards and he's like stumbling back, and I see him and I'm like, men, and then I grab someone's like soft drink or like drink that they've got and just like splash it in his face as he walks past.
Yeah.
You can roll with harmony as well. I feel that this is.
I was just going to give him the +1, like my cup of tea.
No, this is going to be a roll. It's a combat.
Oh no!
Double ones.
No.
Mean you're drowning?
Yeah, I think this does not help at all. So it's
Goes up
just
his
like, I'm
nose.
going to have to move up in heritage because it's just, if I'm
just
angry,
like,
just splash me in the face.
Banji thinks he helped. He's like, yeah.
So I'm going to mark heritage to get a move off. And I'm going to, this is my last ditch effort. I'm going to seize a position.
Okay.
And by that, I want to seize a position, as in I want to seize the ring. So I want to, I think Minh just splashed in the face and is like angry, and then he turns around and he goes to do his big slam, which I think you two, Nuro and Banji, see and panic for a second.
You hear the commentator. It's the people's slam.
Because this slam is the shape he does when he goes to lava bends.
Yeah.
But instead he just smashes down and he just sends a giant earth wave to try and knock him out of the ring by like seizing the ring. So I've seized a position.
Good job, man.
Yeah. That's my last.
Nice.
That's all I got.
I'm going to give you a choice. So,
okay.
with your Caesar position.
Yep.
So, seeing that you are also unsteady and you're a little bit dazzled from where this water came from and not quite not knowing what's going on.
Maybe.
It's fine.
He is ready to advance and attack. So your Caesar position, if you want, can be to soften the blow so that he knocks you out of the ring, but you won't take any conditions or like...
Well, if I take the hit, full disclosure, I have one condition left. So if I take the hit, I'm marking that. And then if I take one more, I'm out, regardless. Or I could get out. I actually think I see this, and I'm just like, I think there's just this look of acknowledgement to Nuro where it's like, I've lost. And I let it knock me out.
It's Kevin Costner in Superman who just nods. It's like, this is fine.
Yeah, Nuro
this is the
just-
way it has to be.
Nero just gives you a grimace, knowing grimace.
Yeah.
And just like
Ave
a...
Maria starts and he just
Yeah.
goes flying out of the ring.
And it's this big earthbender boot that just kicks you as you begin to move. And you fly horizontally backwards. It's slow motion. And you manage to, where you would normally hit that earth wall, that sees the position just means that you, in essence, cushion that blow completely.
Yeah,
so
nice.
you don't take anything further.
Great.
Um,
I think Minh puts his hands out, and as it just crumples in, he like loosely makes a chair to sit back down in the audience with. Like, and he's just like, "You win."
The volcano's gone cold. It comes down to Big Champ.
I mean, boo.
I think at this point, maybe Nuro and Kiyomi have just been like huddling closer and closer, like watching this fight. Like, yeah, did you see that? Like fully getting into it, faces smushed. And I think once that like announcement is made, we kind of like look at each other, like, oh, yeah, good fight. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
As Banji was like getting back to the group, he passed another one of the souvenir stands where he got his I got slammed hat, and he picks up one of the like souvenir championship belts that they would have got that like kids get and stuff like that. Yeah. And he brings it back to Minh, and Minh, I know you didn't win, but you'll always be the champion in my eyes. And he gives it to Minh, and I'd like to do a guiding confident if I can on Minh.
Yeah.
I'm just following that crap in his face.
Roll with harmony.
That's a 6.
That's one of my choices.
No, it's a hard move, I think, on Banji here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
But you can hard move on.
I think I saw like just stone faced. I'm like, thanks. I would have won if some fool didn't throw water in my face. If I ever find out who that was.
Yeah, he kept running, man. It's
And Mark guilty.
yeah.
But the good news, the water that is dripping down your face actually gets removed. Like, you know, waterbender has just come and taken it off. And you hear, wow, that was a really great fight, man. I really loved all of that.
Dash?
It's Daj.
Oh, you guys are here already?
Yeah, we've been here for a little while. Just getting repairs to the ship.
Nice. Oh, yeah, we were gone for like 3 weeks. Huh. Sorry I didn't win, buddy.
No, that's okay. Hey, you did great there.
I'm so sore, but that was so much fun. That was worth it, actually.
Hey, you nearly had. I mean,
I nearly had him.
He is a professional rock bender. Like
Yeah.
that's.
I wasn't even using my ropes. Imagine if he didn't see that coming. I would have had him.
You know, you are allowed to use tools in this.
What? He looks up at the rule board. It's like weapons, and there's a thumbs up. And he's like,
Yeah,
I thought it was just Earthbending.
As long as it's rock-based weapons.
Oh no! Just hands going to his face. Oh.
But that's okay. Hey, why don't we get you to the ship? The repairs are probably done by now.
Yeah, sounds good. How's the lizard?
Yeah, Hikara's fine. We got a lot to talk about. Specifically Kurong. So I've got some exciting news, everyone. The next 2 episodes you hear are actually going to be the adventure that happened on the Vagrant with the Water Tribesmen. So when I was in Adelaide with Roll to Cast, they were kind enough to actually record these episodes for us. So we get 4 new characters that technically have been on the boat for this whole time, but you get to hear it from their perspective and hear what happened.
Yes, 100% canon. So
It
if
is
they've destroyed
100%
us,
canon.
if they've ruined everything, then we have to live with that. So, yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
fine.
I'm sure it's fine. And besides, we're going to go on their show and ruin theirs. So if that's what they've done. So we'll find out. Stay tuned. The Book of War is Georgie Hazel as Nuro, Ted Darling as Banji, myself Jesse Thomas as Minh Fang, Talia Quinn as Kiyomi, and Ash Cooper as our Game Master. The theme song and outro, The Book of War Remains, is by Matt Harrison, as well as Spirits. A massive thank you to the guys over at Roll to Cast. You can check out their stuff just by searching Roll to Cast on Spotify or on the internet. I'm so excited for you to listen to their stuff that they've done on our show, and I can't believe we made a way to make it canon. It's absolutely wild. You're gonna have a hell of a time. Yeah, we're so excited. We're gonna be trying to do more of these collabs. So again, big thanks to the Roll to Cast folks. You can find a link to their info coming episodes, so stick around. Speaking of these episodes, the next episodes will be out on the 3rd of May. Probably be a 2-parter. So you're probably going to get one on the 3rd of May and then another one on the 10th. So stick around. We'll see you then.
I do need a name for him. I haven't come up with a name for the current champion. Who's got what?
Pebbles McGee.
Slate? I don't know. Slade?
Isn't that a DC villain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big Crunch. Because he's big and he crunches them.
He's also on the cover of many cereal boxes.
Yeah, Big Crunch.
Actually, okay.
Big Crunch is good.
All right,
Yeah,
big crunch it is.
Big Crunch slaps, actually.